Yo, 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 let's get into it. Let's get into it. How can you start to invest in Detroit real estate? Over the last, man, I'm going to say at least couple years, I've been getting, constantly getting people that have been inquiring about trying to get involved in the Detroit real estate market and wanting to know about what's the best ways, that they could go about investing in the city of Detroit. So, what I'm going to do is break this video down and tell you really what you the basics what you need to know before you get ready to start to try to invest in the city of Detroit. So let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, you got to have a real estate agent. Like you got to. I mean, without stating the obvious, you're definitely gonna need somebody that's gonna help you to get into properties, help you find those properties as soon as they go ahead and hit the market. Um, Definitely gonna want somebody that has general knowledge about the area. So without going into all the boring details, you definitely gonna need you a good real estate agent. Secondly, the piggyback off of that, you need to figure out how you're gonna make it worth the real estate agent's time. Most real estate agents are a little bit hesitant to work with some investors, unless you're looking, for some buy and holds at really good price points. But if you're looking to fix and flip and you're looking at some properties that are under $100,000, under $50,000, you might get an agent to show you one or two properties, but the consistent on the long term, they not gonna be real thrilled to want to go around and show you a bunch of those low level no those low level properties. So with that, you got to set realistic expectations. Set realistic expectations for the market. Um, the lower the price that the house is, you already got to know that it's gonna need a ton of work. I'm always seeing investors, coming in looking at some of the price points in the city of Detroit. They say that it's a $10,000 house, and I always tell them, hey, you can buy it for 10,000, but it's gonna cost you 100,000 to rehab it, to get it back in shape. And then at that point, I mean, not really even making any money. So definitely, keep that in mind. Those days of buying those cheap houses in Detroit, as soon as the city went bankrupt. Not saying that you can't find any of them cheap, but the days of those in those good areas is gone. Um, you might as well go ahead and get at that. Another thing that you're gonna want to be conscious of, especially if you're an out-of-state investor, it's gonna be kind of tough for you to find good contractors. Especially right now, contracting work is abundant. So if you find yourself a good contractor, you definitely want to hang on to them, treat them good, and obviously keep feeding them with work because obviously they might take another job and you don't hear from them. You'd be lucky if they even finish your job. So definitely keep that in mind. You want to set good expectations. Don't come into the city thinking that you're gonna be able to invest in and be cheap, buy cheap properties, get cheap contractors to do cheap work. So you gonna let me save you some headache. That ain't what you want to do. Next thing you want to consider is where to buy. That's going to be very important for you, especially in the city of Detroit. Houses, the houses range from block to block. You have one block that's excellent. Everybody on the street is owner occupied. Um, don't really have too many abandoned or distressed, burnt out properties on the block. Those are the ones that you want to target. Um, Even if you find a house that's got pretty good bones, but it's on a bad block, my advice is, stay away from it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be more headaches than, basically, what it's worth. Um, and then always keep in mind, you're going to pay what you get, you're going to pay what you get for, or you're going to get what you pay for, should I say. Um, So, with that in mind, again, if you find a property where it's in a decent area, but they looking to sell it, really really cheap, you can expect that house is gonna need a lot of work. Or if you got tenants inside, um, paying pretty good rent, um, then yeah, that's probably a pretty good deal that you want to move forward with, or do a little bit more investigation. But again, I mean, it's really gonna come down to having boots on the ground. If you're here, if you're not here, like I said, you're gonna definitely need a agent, or even if you is here, you still gonna need a good real estate agent, somebody that's gonna help you navigate through the different the different things that you're gonna fall through in the transaction. You also gonna make sure that they still got the agent's gonna make sure that we got all the proper disclosures, all the rent agreements. Just more or less, you want somebody that's gonna have your back. Um, so, long story short, basically, if you're looking to invest in the city of Detroit, I'm gonna tell you, get you a good agent, temper your expectations, and you got to be ready to pull the trigger. So, if you're looking for some investment properties in the city, and you don't know where to get started, or you just need to find you a good real estate agent that'll be able to work with you, holla at me. My name is Ryan. Um, I'm a local realtor here in the Metro Detroit area. Like I said, I've worked with hundreds of investors, just residential, single family homes, multi units, duplexes, quads. So basically, I can find anything that you're looking for. So if you found some value in this video, or you got some good tips on some of the stuff that I was talking about, hit the like or subscribe button and get with me.